And, so it's one of those things I will be honest about. I feel the people that are upset that hidden power are gone are upset, I said that they can no longer use it as basically as a virginity badge, or B, they're upset that they don't have the bullshit unfair coverage for specific things, because that's the other reason I hate it. It is a special move, meaning that mechanic only helped special attackers.
Fairy tree where? Ow.
And
not only did it... well, first off, because it was a special move, you would never see hidden power coverage on physical attackers, so that automatically made special attackers better, but that also did the other thing, which is why everyone is super butthurt, but is my entire problem with the fucking move.
I was going to say the other aspect of it is because it could be any type except fairy, because apparently when fairy was introduced...
They never updated it because it's based on...
But I seem to remember people said data for a hidden power fairy, like, existed in one of the games. It just went unused. Again, don't know if that was true or not. The other thing is, like...
We got a minute to talk on. We've
literally
literally been collecting berries for 20 minutes.
The game be like that sometimes.
You plant the berry to get more berries, to plant the berry to get more berries.
Gonna sell it?
So I can buy it, so I can sell it, so I can buy it.
You see, that joke is even funnier in this context, because do you remember what he was selling?
The Black Platinum Diamond Pearl.
Exactly.
I will never forget that specific item in LT, Gray, because that is one of the most...
Yes.
He was selling the Black Platinum Diamond Pearl.
In a...
No, hold on. Fucking side tangent for the Black Platinum Diamond Pearl joke. His idea is not actually that stupid.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
If you wanted, like... You could actually, because it's a rare, valuable item that everyone wants, you sell it for a fuck ton of money. Then you use up a bit of money you sold. As long as you were selling and buying it for, like...
As long as you were buying it for or more, you would be able to make it back. Anyway, back to bitching about hidden power. The other problem I had was
31 rounds, that's funny.
Is that unless it was a specific case, like, you know, Roselia always having, like, hidden power fire, or, like, Venusaur would commonly be, like, hidden power fire, because if you're running a chlorophyll one, hidden power fire and water actually get a boost from sun and rain, so you could kind of do a similar thing of boosting this move's power to a decent powered move with the sun. Other than scenarios like that, when you see hidden power, it's sort of a coin flip as to what type the Pokemon would have. So a lot of things could get coverage that they never had outside of hidden power, where, as, like, you know, funny thing is, like as an example, this was changed now because of Weather Ball and shit, like, Venusaur as a big perfect example, it's like, Venusaur basically, up until Sword and Shield, had, like, no fucking way to deal with fire or steel types. It had, like, no coverage that could beat those. So you could know that, like, if fire or steel is a fairly safe counter to just hard wall Venusaur. But with hidden power, or the Venusaur could basically say, fuck you, hidden power ground. Or fuck you, sun boosted hidden power fire. Now die, Caesar.
The most common hidden powers were always...
The most common were usually fire or...
Fire or ice, because fire as a coverage was important for hitting a few...
Sometimes grass, water, or electric if something needed one of those as a coverage.
But if we're in the realm of just bitching about hidden power, my fucking problems with hidden power...
Like I said, it was a coin flip as... to what the hidden power was, unless, like, because, you know, hidden power, once they, like, use it, the move is just listed as hidden power. The only way you would know its type is you would have to sit there and think about what type your Pokemon is weak to.
And even then, depending on what your Pokemon is weak to, that could still be a shot in the fucking dark.
Yes. Now, even with that, in a few older, like, generations, there were some Pokemon that would actually sort of bluff a hidden power because they, like, because of certain types having an...
Is it on the fucking far side?
Alright.
I'm looking... Berries that are ready get marked on the map. So, we were basically spending like 20 minutes going around just talking while I was getting berries. And I was looking for berries because the thing is, the map is... trying to figure out exactly where that one set of berries is, and I think it's up here, not down there. If I'm right, that it's up here. Because those are there. But that's not what I... See, it's confusing. It keeps flipping.
It keeps flipping. I wonder what it is registering as.
That's not...
Unless it's a weird bug. I haven't encountered any of the weird bugs some people are encountering, because those seem to be because people pirated the game.
I'm missing a fucking... I want to go... I want to get a move on, but I'm confused because it's detecting ready berries, but it just keeps flipping. When we're at the top, it's at the bottom. When we're at the bottom, it's at the top. I bet... Hold on. Actually, I think I know what it is. I think. If I'm right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
It's just a berry plant incredibly out of the way. That would explain the weird flipping.
Anyway, no, it's...
Hey, it's not my fault I forgot about
Back
these.
to my point, it depended on the scenario, and, like... It depended on the scenario and shit, so, like, I can't, you know, remember, but... I seem to remember in, like... I think it was Gen 3, because of, you know, Gen 3 being the one where the type of hidden power would be physical or special based on, well, whatever type it was. There was something, I do not remember what it was. It would actually run water or grass, because with those having an overlap of beating, or, like, rock or ground, it basically could bluff one depending on which one it hits.
Okay, it's still being fucking weird. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, like, if we found one patch of berries, the best answer I could give to that, if it's still acting weird, would be one, like...
Ah!
Oh. It was going to say they're, like, on the lower part must be a...
No, motherfucker. Aha! That's why it was being weird. They were right here. Cool. Okay.
The pickles were under his tongue
The whole time. There were the pickles from last time, too. There's my car keys.
And, there's my ride.
We can go back to the other tangent. I just... planning a bunch of my chests, though, so I can get a bunch of those back. As you can see, this does start to add up exponentially. But anyway... Well, I'm just taking things I have slightly less of. So going back to the other point with hidden power and just the bullshit in general. Anyway, and why I'm mostly glad it's gone, but this goes into this thing that a lot of people would always get really butthurt about when it comes to the hidden power, and that's basically this thing of people like, hidden power was like the only way this, like, insert Pokemon here could beat insert Pokemon here. Without hidden power, ice.
You know, maybe things actually don't need, like, counters, basically, to their counters for balance. Maybe actually giving Venusaur a way to deal with fire and steel types is a mistake.
But then that's
I make a joke about that, but I make a joke about that, but because Weather Ball is dependent on the sun being up, if you remove the sun, you remove the fire coverage and the chlorophyll. So that one I think is balanced. Giving Venusaur fucking Earth power is the one I'm still like, okay, I think you went a bit far with this.
We're just leaving this long ramble in. The thing you'll always get brought up though, and on the one hand I get this, but on the other hand this I think becomes a dumb extreme case where a lot of people are like, certain extreme examples, like, let's use a common Pokemon that just randomly came to mind. It's like, but without hidden power ice, how could this, like, Raichu ever beat Landorus Therian? It's like,
Raichu gets Surf now.
That, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but that, like, that leads to the other point I was going to bring
At the
up with it. That's
your Raichu gets Surf now is irrelevant to my point back in the Hidden Power days where Raichu wouldn't have had Surf.
Okay, because I can sense the sweats in the back pushing up their glasses like a fucking anime character. The only way to get a Pikachu / Raichu with Surf was that stupid event. It was doable, but it was a massive pain
in the ass
to get a hold of that thing and keep transferring it. So that could exist back.
You're talking about the surfy Pikachu from Yellow. I'm a sweaty nerd. I can sweaty nerd with the best of them, Carson.
The rest of them. Anyway.
How have we managed to ramble about fucking... First off, I've been collecting berries for like 30 minutes.
Because when I am angry with something, I will hog my opinions in your face like a mother bird feeding her young.
I know about the fucking Surf Raichu,
but like, anyway, was that, it's another funny thing with hidden power, and, I feel like this is, I feel like this is kind of telling, you know, given, again, most common hidden powers. Now, like I said, there are a few times things break this, but even then, the ones that break this still kind of apply to it. Fire and ice are the reason those are two of the most common is because of all of the things in the metagame that commonly have a 4x weakness to those.
Yes.
And that's why, you know, while not as extreme, some things that would run like Hidden Power Grass would run that because like Gastrodon or other water ground types would poo-poo all over them.
You would only see a Hidden Power Grass if you were trying to Hidden Power your way out of out of... I know what I was trying to say, I just completely lost it in the nonsense there. You would only run Hidden Power Grass if a Pokemon like Gastrodon was so oppressive to your specific set that you essentially need to Hidden Power your way out of a disadvantage. Otherwise, it would...
Again, a funny thing was that as, you know, like, an example, before Raichu, you know, got, like, Surf and shit super commonly, Hidden Power Water or Grass would sometimes sort of exist on it for that. And someone might say, but can't Raichu get a Grass Knot? At least in the specific case of Gastrodon, because of Gastrodon's weight, you need a Nasty Plot boost to OHKO with, basically to OHKO with Grass Knot. I think Hidden Power being locked at 60 was just enough power to be able to do it.
Gastrodon's kind of light, depending on the set. A Gastrodon can. Not always. You have to give people... Because of the quad weakness, a Gastrodon might just die to Grass Knot, but whether or not the Grass Knot wins is entirely dependent on the Gastrodon's...
And even if I'm wrong about the specific case with a Raichu, the same general ideas would apply of certain electric types because they, you know, don't naturally have a water or grass move. Like I said, would commonly, like, sometimes... They would commonly sometimes run one of those to beat a ground types, or because you beat ground and you also beat like dragon and flying. Fuck, and I'm doing this to cover a ground type, I might as well have it be Hidden Power Ice to slap Garchomp and Landorus. And my point with all of this is most of the hidden powers that were used were hidden powers that were 4 times weaknesses, because Hidden Power, the funny thing about that move is actually fucking awful when it got equalized to 60 across the board. It being 60 made it fucking awful. The only, like, most of the, again, the only Pokemon that would use this are if I have 4 special attack, and because the move is 60 power and 4 times effective, I can pick this, like, Caesar set or whatever.
It was basically the most common being Fire and Ice to use as a quad weakness to beat a couple of Pokemon, with a few Pokemon running Hidden Power.
There's a few other hidden powers would crop up, but the other ones that would sometimes crop up would be for other quad weaknesses.
And the reason Hidden Power annoys me as much as it does, and why I don't mind it basically being gone, is because I was always kind of in the camp that a Pokemon having mystical bullshit to pull a type out of its ass that it should never have access to, that can dumpster something that otherwise might be a decent check to it, I'm sorry, that is incredibly stupid. And people try to defend this with, oh, but without Hidden Power, my electric type doesn't have the ice coverage to bop Gliscor. That means my electric type is useless when versing Gliscor. I need the electric because Gliscor otherwise completely walls my electric type.
Maybe they should just have the thing naturally learn, like, Surf or Scald. Or Energy Ball.
Or...
That would be neutral, but you could fucking do it.
Or the other thing, and I kind of always hate to be this guy when it comes to this take on things, but first off, maybe certain Pokemon being hard-walled just kind of...
Like I said, maybe giving Venusaur fire and ground coverage was a mistake. I will acknowledge this opinion is probably heavily influenced by what those moves translate to when fucking Dynamax.
Oh!
I get why you did it, but I think having Weather Ball keep the weather-changing properties when, like, Dynamaxing, I think that was a bit of a mistake.
Also, for just going over things, maybe if you're that butthurt about the Gliscor thing, maybe you should synergize your team that you're so
But
fucking...
then that's when you'll get this, ice types are awful. That's the thing I find fucking hilarious. Because ice poo-poos all over, like, dragon, dragon flying, ground flying, and dragon ground, and all three of those types for the Pokemon that have them are decent.
Oh, there he is. It's Showtime, everyone's favorite.
Have people gone full Copium with Chatot?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, I point Leslie. So it's something with Polygon I find hilarious. Everyone talks about how ice is terrible as a type because of all of its weaknesses and ice types being awful. But because water and ice are connected, almost every water type can learn, like,
ice as a coverage option.
And, again, big, scary things in the metagame, like Landorus T and Garchomp were 4 times weak to ice, so everyone wants ice coverage, no one wants an ice, a type.
Unless you're the 1 or 2 ice types that absolutely break the game, looking at you, Icy Darm. Somebody thought that was a good idea.
Okay, anything with a fucking natural choice band would break the game.
Yes, but this means you can do the... This means you can scarf it and you still have choice
band. You can either double choice band, you fucking madman, or scarf and band.
Scarf being better to turn your kind of crap speed tier into an...
Or make your opponent think you're running a scarf or band, but surprise, you're running the hidden ability, you are actually running a berry, and now you get your health back and you have this thing Zen mode that's fucking ludicrous.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, this is more of a follow-up to the question from last time, but do you agree with our opinions on Hidden Power? I stand by those opinions because I think Hidden Power being removed was one of the best decisions they ever made, because I find Hidden Power to be incredibly cheap and stupid. My main problem with Hidden Power will always be this. It gives special attack using Pokemon way more coverage than they should have access to, and if your special attack user happens to be a Pokemon that you cannot breed for, and you just happen to have the perfect Hidden Power, I really do think you likely ginned that Pokemon or used a power saves to edit that Pokemon, because let's be real here, almost everybody that had a timid Tapu Lele just happened to have Hidden Power Fire, and I do not think most people sat there soft resetting for that. I really do feel like most people ended up ginning a Tapu Lele with Hidden Power Fire, or editing a Tapu Lele with a power saves, and that also goes for every other legendary that was running Hidden Power at the time. I think it's incredibly unlikely that everyone did mass amounts of soft resetting. Now, when it comes to breeding Pokemon, I could somewhat believe you actually did legitimately obtain Hidden Power on a Pokemon you hatched. And I know it's incredibly presumptuous to assume everyone that had Hidden Power on a legendary used a ginning application or a power saves, but I really do feel like most people did, because most people do not want to sit there and reset a bunch to get the hidden power they need, especially because having the correct hidden power gives you an arbitrary advantage over anybody that did not sit there and basically reset or gin the correct hidden power, or, use a power saves to edit a Pokemon to have the correct hidden power. And this is why I'm happy hidden power is gone, because I fundamentally hated how much of a dubious, unfair advantage it gave to a few key Pokemon, especially because a lot of people would not be willing to use a power saves or a ginning tool to get an ideal hidden power, and yet anyone that did that was effectively using a Pokemon with a slightly unfair advantage in a match because you just happen to get really good coverage you would not have otherwise. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shield for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.